Tell me, I need to know, where'd you wanna go? 'Cause if you're down, I'll take it.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a soft matte cut crease hooded eye tutorial for you guys. This is a beginner's video. I have done one previously a while ago and a lot of you guys have watched it. I think it's got like almost 100,000 views or something ridiculous like that, which is, oh my god, so cool in itself. And I got a lot of feedback on it, so I thought that I would do an updated version. It is quite similar, the eye makeup look. I definitely know that. I just wanted to take a lot of your feedback in and then actually do an updated version. A lot of you said I went too fast, so I thought I would slow it down a bit so it is really suitable for beginners. And it isn't a super strong cut crease, it is quite soft and blended out, which I think is a lot easier to achieve when you're a beginner instead of doing a really harsh cut crease. And it looks really nice on hooded eyes in my opinion. A lot of people also said that, you know, I don't have hooded eyes and that kind of thing, and oh my god, you guys know, if you've been watching me for a while, how much that annoys me. If you're watching this and you're like, she doesn't have hooded eyes, I will once again say I do have hooded eyes. I just have a version of hooded eyes. They're not the most hooded in the world, but you know that I do have one eye that is quite a bit more hooded than the other because I'm not symmetrical. I hope you like it. Subscribe if you want to keep up to date with me. Like this video if you like it. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this updated video. Follow me on Instagram and let's just get straight into the video. So basically, I'm not sure if you can tell, but my right eye is slightly more hooded than the other. It's just a different shape as I'm not symmetrical, but I just wanted to show you guys that as they are very different. First, I started by prepping my eyes using the Benefit Porefessional Matte Rescue, and then I'm concealing using my Maybelline Master Conceal in Light and the Real Technique Small Foundation Brush, applying a small amount over my eyes and shaping under my brows before I blend with my damp beauty blender. Then setting my eyes using Maybelline Matte Maker in Classic Ivory and the Real Technique Small Contour Brush. For eyes, I'm using the Morphe 35O palette with the Morphe B42 Bullet Crease brush because this is my favorite crease brush, very precise but soft at the same time. And of course, I'm using this caramel brown transition shade. You always need a good transition shade. I'm a strong believer of that. I'm applying this firstly along my outer corner lash line and then rounding it into the crease and going about 3/4 of the way in. Then I'm going to go ahead and blend using the Sigma Buff and Blend E39 brush, which is a slightly stiff rounded blending brush. I'm blending that color out, and I am also grabbing a little extra color as I go once I feel like it is blended properly. Then I am going to grab this extra stiff flat brush that I got from eBay and this warm red brown shade, and I'm etching that into my crease in the same spot as the caramel brown shade. As you can see, just slowly patting it along, and I'm going sort of exactly where the caramel brown shade went. Just take your time with this. It doesn't need to be perfect, as we are now going to blend it out using the same bullet crease brush in backwards and forwards windscreen wiper motions, and of course I also rounded this onto the lower lash line. Then I'm patting a little bit of extra color, as you can see, into the outer corner just to define it a little bit more. I just wanted it to be a little bit more deeper and darker, and I do want it to be quite defined. Then I just want to show you how it looks doing the same thing on the right eye, which I said is a slightly different shape and size. I'm still grabbing the same flat brush, starting from the outer corner on the lower lash line and then rounding it in, and then I'm going to blend it in as well. I find it a little bit easier to blend in on this eye for some reason, and I just don't know why, even though it's actually the more hooded one. Another tip, as you can see, I always have my eyebrows lifted to lift the hood of my eyes and helps me apply shadow, and I always try and keep my eyes open, checking how it looks, because obviously when you have your hood and you open your eyes, it's always going to look different. Then I'm grabbing the Morphe G13 Blending Fluff Brush, which is a rounded velvety soft brush, and then I'm blending it out. Then going in with this dark brown shade and the Morphe B42 again, patting that in the outer corner only just slightly into the crease, and then filling in that outer corner a little more and darkening it up. It sort of takes a while to layer the color and be really precise. And then blending it out again using the G13. It's just the perfect blending crease brush for the perfect transition and making it nice and soft. As you can see, I'm also patting a little extra color in it with this brush as well.
I wanted it to be a little bit darker, so I went in again with the flat brush, creating that sort of more darker triangle, as you can see, patting along the outer lash line and then blending it in again. As you can see, small steps at a time, it really does make a difference blending and applying the colour, blending and applying the colour. Doing the same thing again, really blending upwards and blending upwards towards the brow bone with the G13 just to diffuse the colour and make it blend really softly. Then going in with this very dark brown and again etching along my outer lash line and creating that triangle, really strongly creating that, being careful with this, it's a real triangle shape. And then I'm going to blend again using the Morphe B42 bullet crease brush, just really deepening that colour up and also patting it, just because I want it to be quite defined. Even though this is soft, you still want it to be quite defined in the look. Then just blending it out again using the Sigma Buff and Blend brush and bringing that dark colour in further, just softening it up but bringing it in more towards the inner corner of the eye. Then with the G13, I clearly just wiped away the excess product on this cotton pad and this light cream shade. I'm patting the colour onto the rest of my lid where there is no colour, going in and adding that colour a couple more times to build it up. It is important to really build this colour up. You want it to be nice, bright and white so that the crease is very defined and very noticeable. To add some definition to the outer corner, I'm using the Maybelline Gel Pencil Liner, running that from less than a quarter of the way on my eye to the end of the lash line and building it up. Then using the Sigma Short Shader, I'm going to smoke that colour out, as you can see, starting from the outside and dragging it in just to soften it up. I don't want a winged effect, that's why I'm dragging it in. Highlighting the brow bone is super important, so I use this tiny little pointed brush that I got from eBay and Becca Champagne Pop. For mascara, I just use the Jordana False Lash Extreme because I'm going to go ahead and apply falsies. I think that falsies are really important for those with hooded eyes. I love these Ardell Natural Babies. They're probably the most natural looking lashes and they suit hooded eyes perfectly and make them look very natural, and they open them up and make them look bigger. Of course, you need to cover up your lash line and the glue, so I'm using the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner, applying that along the entire lash line, and then I'm going to thicken it up because I think it adds a little bit of extra definition along the lash line, makes your eyes look a little bigger as well, in my opinion. Then onto face, I'm using the Benefit MAC Rescue Primer, followed by my foundation, which is the MAC NC30. I'm applying that with this small foundation brush from Real Techniques, applying that as I usually do all over my face, and then I go in and blend it out using my damp beauty blender. For concealer, I'm using the same Master Conceal as before that I did on my eyes in light medium, and applying that under my eyes, along my nose and forehead, all the usual places that I like to highlight. Then I am going to, of course, just blend it all out with my damp beauty blender again. To set, I am then using the Maybelline Matte Maker in Classic Ivory. I wanted to add a little bit of colour to my face today. I felt a bit pasty for some reason, so I'm using the LA Girl Cosmetics Pro Conceal in Chestnut, applying that directly to my forehead before blending it all in. This takes a little bit of time, so be patient with the blending. I first started using a damp sponge, and then I also went in and I ended up using this Real Techniques blending brush. Now onto the lower lash line, which I'm going to do today. I'm using the Caramel Brown shade and the Sigma Short Shader again. I'm applying that from the outer corner to the inner corner, as you can see. Using the same deep red brown shade, I'm also only applying that halfway using the short shader and then blending it a little using the Bullet Crease brush. Using this dark brown shade, I'm just applying that to the outer corner as well, just to really deepen it up and make the look a bit more dramatic. I'm brightening up my eyes today using the Rimmel in the Nude liner, as I feel like it makes your eyes look bigger and brighter. And of course, I am about applying that shimmery bright color into the inner corner. For us hoodies, we really need to have a bright inner corner, and you really want to make it pop and accentuate your eyes. For under eye highlight, as you can see, I'm using the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder and applying that with my damp beauty blender to apply the powder under my eye. Thought I would do something different. While I'm baking, I'm going to contour using the same LA Girl Cosmetics and blending that in up into my temple using the blending brush and also the small contour brush, in case you couldn't tell, really blending that in. Then setting the rest of my face using MAC Medium Dark before I add a little bit of powder contour using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit and this Benefit Contour Brush. Then I'm using the same contour shade to do my nose, as you can see, and just a thin, flat, stiff brush, again contouring, and then I will blend it out, of course. Then I am removing the baking using the banana shade and the small contour brush that I used before, and of course, as you can see, I really like that extra highlight, and then I go ahead and blend my nose out. As you can see, you don't want to leave it like that. Adding a bit of bronze to my face, I'm using the NYX Blush and Contour Duo, and just the bronze side, applying that on my forehead and using this Too Faced brush, and I'm also applying that to my cheeks as well. I clearly wasn't feeling bronze enough today, hence all the products, and adding the Rimmel Sun Glow Bronzer, which is my old trusty bronzer, and I'm obsessed with it. Sorry if you think I'm too bronzed, I don't know what I was doing. Then I went back in with the NYX Duo, and grabbing the blush side, I added a little bit of colour to my cheeks using my favourite H&M blush brush. For highlight, I went for my Holy Grail product, as you saw before, my Becca Champagne Pop, using my Morphe fan brush to apply that on the end of my nose, cupid's bow and cheekbones. Then I applied my mascara to my bottom lashes, which I always do last, always. Then I use MAC Fix Plus to set the rest of my face, just to make all the powders settle nicely. Then I use the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick in Caramello, which I have been loving lately as a natural nude lipstick.
And there you have it, that was the finished look. I hope it didn't go too quick. I hope it was slow enough for you guys, especially if you're just learning, and I really hope that I could help you in some way and that this is a little better than the last one that I did. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know in the comments below if you did. Give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I will see you all very, very soon. Bye.